how to install a sprinkling system onto your lawn. And basically I want to go ahead and demonstrate and show two different ways to do that that actually make a lot of sense for conservation of water and ease of installation. First one I want to show is this is a underground one where you actually have an array of watering underneath, about 6 inches underneath your yard. So there's no sprinklers. Everything is watered by the roots themselves. And this thing is called netterfirm. And what it is you have these, every 12 inches you have a spout where the water comes out. And you bury this about like I said before, 6 inches underneath the ground. And this is actually a product that was produced roughly about 40 years ago, maybe 50 years ago in Israel for water conservation. And it has a little patented thing here where it doesn't allow roots to go back into the hole and plug it up. So the lawn that I have here, as you can see, is roughly about 10 years old, and I haven't replaced it. They guarantee it for about 30 years, which is actually a pretty good deal, and I haven't had any problem with this at all. The way you do it is the way you install it is actually quite simple. You use basically T-joints like this, and you attach it to the end. You can actually see here's a hole, and here's a spigot coming out, and then you can actually see the connection to a T-joint, and you basically make it every 1 foot or so, or maybe every 18 inches, you make these long runs of water underneath it, and then you put the soil down and you put the sod on top. Done. And what's really the best part about this is that you only have to water this roughly about 5 minutes every week. So really the water conservation is fantastic. One trick or caveat is you need to have a water pressure valve put on there, as well as a filter, and that's generally put down into the ground, and it's basically 30 psi. You have that coming in from your line or your valve. You basically connect the water regulator to the valve, and then the other side to the netterfirm underneath the entire area that you want to water. It works great. You do it at night, and it's awesome. The other type of sprinkler that I suggest doing is actually not using. I'm not really a proponent for using spray sprinkler going out over the into the air and over into the water. Basically, you lose about half of the water when you spray like that. With a netterfirm, everything is underground; it stays there. But with this particular case, this particular sprinkler has a very, very fine thread or stream of water that comes out at different locations. So when you use sprinkler, this is a pop-up sprinkler that you put into the ground. And of course you put your PVC underneath this. You would have to have one here, you have to have one here, so that the water sprays from here to water this area. The water from here will then spray and waters this area. So you have to have two overlapping with each other. In this particular case, because the way this thing is designed, it actually waters here, 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 and here. So you can actually have these more spread out, and it's actually more cost effective because you don't have to buy as many of these heads. Since they're streams, is basically a solid stream instead of a fuzz or a type of spray, so it doesn't blow by the wind, and actually majority of the water falls onto your grass and is absorbed by the grass.